Hey, what's up, my little town on tales? And what's up, Sussex squad? Y'all sit down. We got some good news and we got some bad news. Which y'all want first? The good or the bad news? But you know, the bad news isn't really that bad depending on how you look at it. But I do want to see you guys weigh in. Which one you want first? Hmm? Okay, let's go with the good news. The good news is Harry is on a roll and it looks like he is going to win his lawsuit against these two, right? Against little horsey Otaway. Listen, the Mirror literally said, let me just say it all out. Today was day one of the trial. It is not going good for the Mirror at all. There is so much dirt that's going to come out. They're practically begging Harry to settle. Already from day one, the lawyers for the tabloids literally stated in their opening argument that most of the dirt on Harry came from his own family and their private security. He even named Charles and Camilla's private secretary. Y'all, this is deep. Let's get into this. Oh, I promise y'all some bad news too. I mean, I guess it's not bad news depending on how you guys look at it. Do you think that we're gonna have a Meghan Markle, Kim Kardashian joint venture anytime soon? Just hear me out. Meghan's hired Kim's bodyguard. I know that doesn't mean anything. I feel like Kim's people released it or Kim's new agent, Ari Emanuel. Why is it important? Because Kim just named Ari Emanuel her new agent too. You guys, I don't know why. I don't know if Meghan will do it because I don't know how we'll look for her image, but Meghan is very, very image savvy. So if she does do it, I'm sure it's going to make sense for her. But I know for a fact, Kim is biting at the tooth for some type of event or Meghan where they can have a press op where Kim's doing her interested talk. Again, it's Meghan's image. Y'all always tell me they can do what they want. They can do what they want. But I am telling you, those Kardashians are like Death Eaters. I don't know. But anyway, let's get back into the good news because that's what I want to hear about. The Mirror's lawyers state that the real source of the story was probably Charles's and Camilla's former press chief, Mark Bolan, who had a strong personal relationship with Piers Morgan, involving regular calls, meals, drinking sessions together. Now, I said, I didn't need the Mirror to tell me that. We just saw Camilla throw a holiday party for Piers Morgan when she was practically kissing him. Like, she was so chummy. They were having a good old time. Piers was pouring vodka all over Camilla's oats. She was just galloping around. Woo, woo. Everybody was doing the horsey with her, throwing apples. You know, when apples start coming around, Camilla start getting loose, right? I'm just saying, if you go over to Charles's house and there's some apples laid in the living room, ew, just be like, ew, you people are disgusting, and walk out. Anyway, and this is actually true because Piers even included the same information in one of his books, saying that he regularly had calls, meals, and he went out for drinks. And you know he likes going out for drinks because that's what started his feud with Meghan Markle. He went out for a drink. Actually, that's a lie. He never even went out on a drink with Meghan Markle. You know that whole story is a lie. When it was like, oh, they met up for drinks, and she was like, okay, and then he got mad. They were at a networking event. I think Meghan was doing press or something. Piers was one of the people there. He literally got her attention. She was polite and had a talk to him. Just, casual networking event. Cocktail conversation, and then she rolled out and went to talk to someone else, and Piers really thought that he somehow had pulled that. And listen, I don't know what's going on in the UK. In what world, right, does Camilla rank higher than Diana? In what world does Piers Morgan think he can pull Meghan Markle? I don't care how much power and control you have. In what world do you, Piers Morgan, think you can pull marry Piers Morgan at that? Think you can pull Meghan Markle? I just want to know. I know he's looking at Harry like, what does he have that I don't have? Piers, sit down. How much time do you have? Anyway, right? Let's get into this because, baby, this is explosive. Woo! So they're saying that they're going to use the trial to criticize former editors Piers Morgan as he prepares to be cross-examined over his allegations. Harry's about to take the stand. They're saying, Harry will become the first senior royal since the 19th century to give evidence in a courtroom. Well, he'll be cross-examined on his allegations that he was the victim of illegal activity by the Daily Mirror, which he is name-checking Piers Morgan, who was editing the newspaper. He alleges that his family and friends, ranging from King Charles to Carolina Flack, were also illegally targeted by the Mirror journalists seeking stories between 1996 and 2010, destroying his relationships and leaving him suffering from general paranoia. Now listen, I know the UK public is literally clowning Harry. Ha ha, you were mad. You big dummies. Don't you know that that is the language of money? That is the language of lawsuits. If somebody comes and ruins your whole life and you're just like, I mean, it was annoying, but I got over it. When it's time, you need some type of injury, right? A tort, you need some type of breach, you need some type of duty, you need some type of violation of duty. But a lot of people don't realize, in order to have a case that doesn't get dismissed, you also need to show some injuries. Okay, they did all that. How did it hurt you? What injury did you have? Oh, I didn't have any. Okay, well then, if you didn't have any injury, even though they did A, B, and C, you didn't have it. I'm not talking about criminal cases. I'm talking about when we're talking about civil. So if you don't have any injuries, like what do you want? Because it's all about money. Or do you want them to stop doing something? But they said they've stopped. Like, what is going on? So the fact that he is saying, I suffered this and that, y'all, first of all, this lawsuit, I see why Harry's like, I can go on. I go on and on. I see why he's saying I can go on and on, because at the end of the day, they will 100% have to pay his lawyer's fees. His lawyer's fees could be $1 billion. They're going to have to pay it. But not only that, this is a beautiful way to stick it to their family, because they are going to have to, like, the dirt's coming out. The dirt's coming out. This is the first of Harry's 3 phone hacking cases against British newspaper groups to go to trial, with the royal wanting to hear whether the courts will allow him to proceed with 2 separate cases against the parent companies. The prince is expected to use next week's trial to criticize and drag Piers Morgan. I said it once and I'll say it again. Harry is a Virgo. The fact that he was going after Meghan, I know William, he was like, you must think I'm William. Most Virgos, when they're like not sociopaths, most Virgos are very protective about the woman they're dating. And if anybody goes after, or even especially the woman they're married to, if anybody goes after their woman or their children, same with Virgo women, they close rank. The fact that Piers Morgan thought that he was going to sit there and drag the love of Harry's life, and Harry was going to let that mess go. Piers, you are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Anyway, they said he's expected to use the trial to drag Piers Morgan, who's also denied knowingly publishing stories based on phone hacking. The Mirror's publisher has already accepted that phone hacking took place at its title and has paid out tens of millions of pounds to hundreds of victims. They said even their phone hacking, all that stuff, $11 million. And it makes it that they paid just for people that act in illegal ways, okay? And they've settled. But it's arguing that the prince has missed the deadline for making some of the claims. He has not missed the deadline. Well, the court might rule that he did, but Harry has a really great defense, which is why he threw William. I don't even want to say he threw him under the bus, because William deserved it, right? This is why he, told on William and his dad and all that, because his defense is a very good defense. Everyone told me this was impossible, so I didn't do it. I had no idea these people had settled. And what's more, it does call into question, was part of the settlement for you to discourage me from suing? Because it's weird the way they both went hard after they got their settlements and never even disclosed, right? In one instance, Harry alleges an article published when Piers was Daily Mirror editor about the 17-year-old prince catching glandular fever, entitled "Harry's Sick with Kissing Disease," must have been obtained through illegal methods. Oh my God, why would they do that to a 17-year-old? The Mirror's lawyers state that the real source of the story was probably Charles's former press chief, Mark Boland, who had a strong personal relationship with Pierce. The newspaper group, which has deployed senior staff to reinvestigate the sources of many of the decades-old stories, implies that Harry should blame his father's aides for intruding upon his privacy rather than journalists. Now, this is an interesting angle, because Charles, Camilla, and the newspapers, they have a thing. By saying it was your father's aide, it's all very embarrassing. But it shows that at this point, the tabloids are saying that they are even more powerful than the crowd. I don't know. Here's the thing. I'm not sure it actually was their aide, or if it was all the aides, and they're just throwing one person that agreed to get thrown under the bus to save the Daily Mirrors, because again, this is a groundbreaking lawsuit. They said other Mirrors executives mentioned in the case include Richard Wallace, who Talk TV, Gary Jones, blah, 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 blah. It's also alleged to have employed private investigator Jonathan Rees for the purpose of obtaining unlawful telephone and financial information. Despite Pierce's strong denials that he commissioned phone hacking, he made references to the existence of voicemail interception as a tactic in interviews and is in his own published diaries. Pierce is so stupid. This is how you know they all thought they were above the law. The fact that you're out here spouting this mess, you idiot. They said presenter Jeremy Paxman told the Levis Inquiry that Pierce had explained the practice to him at a lunch in 2002, with Pierce joking he knew about private conversations Ulrika Johnson had with the then English football team manager Sylvain Goran Eriksson. He also talked in 2006 Daily Mail article about hearing Paul McCartney leave a voicemail for his then wife Heather Mills. Harry saying that Pierce oversaw the illegal targeting of his mother, Princess Diana. Ooh, I thought the beast was just about Meghan. Oh, no, 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 no. You went after his mama? It's done. It's done. If Harry is victorious against the Mirror Group newspapers, it could have wider implications for the British newspaper industry. The company, as part of publisher Reach, also owns Daily Express, Daily Star, and dozens of local newspapers. Journalists at those titles will be watching court proceedings nervously, as any substantial payout to Harry would hit the company's already shaky finances, will have led to redundancies. Y'all, if Harry makes that newspaper go out of business, ooh. You know, I will say this, right? And let me just say this quick. Further details of Harry's case will be revealed when the case begins on Wednesday, with the prince expected to give evidence in June alongside 3 potential phone hacking victims: Nikki Sanderson, Michael Turner, Fiona Whiteman. The Mirror's lawyers have suggested Pierce's diaries cannot be relied upon as a source, given that many factual details in them have been disputed by third parties. Are you trying to say that Pierce was lying to himself in his own diary? I mean, I believe it, but seems shoddy. They said Mr. Morgan's evidence and stance have always been that he's never hacked a phone or ordered a hacking of a phone or knowingly published a story based on evidence obtained through phone hacking. Let me just say this. Do you know who should be really scared about all this? Will and Kate. They're not going to go after Charles and Camilla because they need the crown to stay so they can start harassing others. Will and Kate should be the most worried, because if this goes through, they're going to have to back off. They really are, and find a new victim. Who's more interesting than Harry and Meghan? William, Rose, Kate? Maybe they'll sacrifice Eugene and Beatrice, but nobody was really checking for them. Y'all, Will and Kate should be really worried, because if Harry is successful, they're the next offering to the god of the tabloids. Anyway, y'all, listen, I got another video coming out tonight. I'll try to post it. If you guys don't want it, I'll post it tomorrow morning. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.